Hey there, I'm Maddie. I've got a story that'll make your head spin. I'm 28, living in my childhood home, and my world is about to be turned upside down. My mom, Linda, the sweetest soul you'd ever meet, has been battling cancer for months. It's been heartbreaking watching her fade away, but I wouldn't be anywhere else. 5 years ago, Mom married Robert Walsh. He seemed like a decent guy at first, always smiling and bringing her flowers. But everything changed when his son Eric moved in. He's as warm as a block of ice. Maddie, honey, could you bring me some water? Mom's voice breaks through my thoughts. I rush to her bedside. Of course, Mom. How are you feeling? She smiles weakly. Oh, just tired. I can't ignore how frail she looks. The doctors gave her weeks, maybe less. It's killing me inside, but I put on a brave face for her. As I help her sip some water, I hear hushed voices coming from the hallway. Robert and Eric again. They've been having these secretive chats more often lately. Everything okay out there? I call out. Eric's head appears in the doorway, his face expressionless. Just discussing some business. Nothing for you to worry about. I bite my tongue. There's something about Eric that puts me on edge. Maybe it's the way he looks at me, like I'm just an inconvenience, or how he's always whispering with his dad. Later that evening, as I'm making dinner, Robert corners me in the kitchen. Maddie, we need to talk about what happens after. I freeze, the knife hovering over the carrots I'm chopping. After what? He clears his throat, looking uncomfortable. After your mother. I cut him off. I can't think about that right now. She needs me. Robert nods, but there's something in his eyes I can't quite place. Of course. We'll discuss it later. As he walks away, I can't shake the feeling that something's not right. But I push it down. Mom needs me focused on her, not on my suspicions about my stepdad and stepbrother. That night, I'm sitting by Mom's bed, holding her hand while she sleeps. I catch a glimpse of Eric watching us from the doorway, a strange, calculating look on his face. It sends a shiver down my spine. What? I hiss at him. He shrugs. Nothing, just checking in. But as he walks away, I feel the walls closing in. There's a storm coming, I can feel it. And somehow, I know I'm not going to like what it brings. The beeping of the heart monitor is slowing. I hold Mom's hand tighter, trying to memorize every line on her face. Remember when we used to go to the beach every summer? I whisper, fighting back tears. You always said our house was like that. A place we'd always come back to, no matter what. Mom's eyes flutter open, a faint smile on her lips. Maddie, my sweet girl. Those were her last words. The monitor flatlined, and just like that, she was gone. I broke down, sobbing uncontrollably. Robert placed a hand on my shoulder. Maddie, I'm so sorry. I barely heard him through my grief. Eric stood in the corner, his face unreadable. As the doctor confirmed Mom's passing, Eric stepped forward. Maddie, there's something you need to see. He handed me a stack of papers. I stared at them, uncomprehending. What is this? Robert cleared his throat. Your mother made some changes to her will before she passed. I flipped through the documents, my heart sinking with each page. This can't be right. It says everything goes to you, Robert, and then I have to vacate the property within 24 hours. Eric nodded. Those are the eviction papers. I'm sorry, but you need to leave. I looked at them in disbelief. This is a joke, right? Mom would never do this to me. Robert sighed. I'm afraid it's all legal, Maddie. Linda and I discussed this. She wanted to make sure I was taken care of. Taken care of? What about me? This was my home, she promised. My voice broke as the reality set in. Mom had betrayed me. She left me with nothing. Why? I demanded, tears streaming down my face. Why would she do this? Robert looked uncomfortable. She felt you needed to stand on your own 2 feet, that you'd relied on her for too long. Each word was like a knife to my heart. Had Mom really thought so little of me? Eric stepped forward. You need to start packing. We'll give you until tomorrow evening, but then you have to be out. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. My mother just died, and you're kicking me out. Where am I supposed to go? Robert shrugged. I'm sure you have friends you can stay with. We're being more than fair. Fair? I whispered, more to myself than to them. Eric's voice was cold. Life isn't fair, Maddie. It's time you learned that. I spent that night in a daze, packing what I could into suitcases and boxes. With each item I put away, another memory surfaced, now tainted by betrayal. As dawn broke, I stood in the driveway, my car loaded with what little I could take. Robert and Eric watched from the porch. "I hope you're happy," I spat at them. Robert had the decency to look ashamed. Eric just stared, impassive. As I drove away from the only home I ever known, I couldn't stop the tears. Mom was gone, and with her, everything I thought I knew about love and family. I had nowhere to go, no plan. All I knew was that the person I trusted most in the world had betrayed me, and I was completely, utterly alone. I've been crashing on Megan's couch for weeks now. Every morning, I wake up hoping it's all just a nightmare. But reality hits hard when I open my eyes to an unfamiliar ceiling. "Maddie, I made breakfast. You should eat something." Megan calls from the kitchen. I drag myself off the couch, feeling like a ghost in my own life. "I'm not hungry." Megan sighs, pushing a plate towards me anyway. "You need to keep your strength up." I pick at the food, my mind drifting back to Mom. A memory surfaces, her teaching me how to make pancakes on a lazy Sunday morning. The happiness in that moment now feels like a cruel joke. "I just don't understand," I mutter, more to myself than to Megan. "How could she do this to me?" Megan sits beside me, her face full of concern. "Maybe there's more to the story. Have you tried talking to Robert again?" The thought of facing Robert or Eric makes my stomach churn. What's the point? The will was clear. She left me with nothing. My phone buzzes, another missed call from a potential employer. I've been ignoring them all. What's the use of building a career when everything can be taken away in an instant? "You should call them back," Megan urges. "Getting back to work might help." I shake my head. I can't. I can't do anything right now. Later that day, I find myself staring at old photos. Mom and me at my college graduation, both of us beaming with pride. Now I wonder if she was just putting on an act. Did she ever really believe in me? Megan finds me surrounded by scattered pictures, tears streaming down my face. "Oh, Maddie," she says softly, sitting beside me. "What if she never loved me?" I choke out. "What if everything was a lie?" Megan puts an arm around me. "That's not true. Your mom loved you so much." But her words feel hollow. If Mom loved me, how could she leave me homeless and penniless? Days blur together. I barely leave the apartment. Megan tries to get me to go out, to see other friends, but I can't bear the thought of facing the world. One night, after Megan's gone to bed, I find myself packing a bag. Maybe if I just leave, start over somewhere new, I can escape this pain. As I'm zipping up the bag, Megan appears in the doorway. "What are you doing?" "I can't stay here anymore." I say, my voice barely above a whisper. "I have nothing left here." Megan's eyes fill with tears. "You have me. Please, Maddie, don't go." I pause, my hand on the doorknob. Part of me wants to run, to keep running until I can't feel this pain anymore. But another part, a tiny voice in the back of my mind, tells me to stay. I don't know who I am anymore. I admit, my voice breaking. Everything I thought I knew, it's all gone. Megan takes my bag gently. "Then we'll figure it out together. You're not alone in this, Maddie." I let her lead me back to the couch, feeling utterly lost and broken. As I lay there in the dark, I wonder if I'll ever feel whole again. Mom's betrayal has left a wound so deep, I'm not sure it will ever heal. I decide to stay, not because I have hope, but because I have nowhere else to go. Tomorrow is just another day of trying to piece together the shattered remnants of my life, wondering if I'll ever understand why the person I loved most in the world could hurt me so deeply. It's been 6 months since Mom died, and I'm still stuck in this fog of grief and anger. I've managed to land a small graphic design gig, but my heart's not in it. Every day feels like I'm just going through the motions. My phone rings, an unknown number. I almost ignore it, but something makes me answer. "Hello, is this Maddie Thompson?" It's James Carlson, Robert's old business partner. My heart races. "What do you want?" "We need to talk. It's about your mother's will." I meet James at a coffee shop, my stomach in knots. He looks nervous as he slides a folder across the table. I can't keep quiet anymore. "Robert, he forged your mother's will." I stare at him, uncomprehending. "What?" "I saw him do it. He and Eric, they faked Linda's signature." My world tilts on its axis. "No, that's not possible." James pushes the folder towards me. "I have proof. Bank statements, emails. Your mother never betrayed you, Maddie." I flipped through the documents, my hands shaking. It's all there. Evidence of Robert and Eric's deceit. Tears streamed down my face, but this time they're tears of relief mixed with renewed grief. Why are you telling me this now? I ask. James looks down, ashamed. I was scared, but I couldn't live with the guilt anymore. The next few weeks are a whirlwind. I contact the authorities and they launch an investigation. Detectives interview me, James, even Megan. They comb through financial records and computer files. Finally, I get the call. We have enough evidence to arrest Robert and Eric Walsh for fraud and forgery. I watch from my car as they're led out of my childhood home in handcuffs. Robert looks defeated, but Eric glares at me with pure hatred. I feel nothing but a grim satisfaction. Stepping back into the house for the first time in months, memories flood back, but now they're not tainted with betrayal. I run my hand along the familiar walls, feeling like I can finally breathe again. In Mom's old room, I find something tucked behind her dresser, an envelope with my name on it. My hands tremble as I open it. My dearest Maddie, if you're reading this, I'm gone. I want you to know how much I love you. You were the light of my life, and I'm so proud of the woman you've become. This house is yours, as it always should be. It's your safe haven, just like we always said. Never doubt my love for you. Always and forever, Mom. I clutch the letter to my chest, sobbing. All the pain, all the doubt, it washes away in that moment. Mom never betrayed me. She loved me until the very end. In the following months, I start to rebuild my life. I throw myself into my design work, finding joy and creativity again. But more than that, I find purpose in helping others. I begin volunteering at a support group for victims of family fraud, sharing my story, listening to others. It helps me process my own experience. Each meeting, I feel a little stronger, a little more whole. One evening, as I'm leaving a session, a young woman approaches me. Your story, it gave me hope. Thank you. I smile, feeling a warmth I haven't felt in months. We're all in this together. As I drive home to my home, the one Mom wanted me to have, I realize that while the pain will never fully go away, I'm no longer defined by it. Mom's love was real, and it's still with me. It's in every corner of this house, in every memory we shared. I may have lost her, but I found myself again. And I know, wherever she is, Mom is proud of me for standing strong and helping others find their way out of the darkness. This is my new beginning, and I'm ready to embrace it. Now, I have a question for you. If you were in my shoes, would you have forgiven Robert and Eric for their betrayal, or would you have pushed for the harshest possible punishment? What do you think is the right balance between justice and mercy in cases of family fraud? Share your thoughts in the comments below.